always had this interest in speed, first of all, going fast. I started off in a freestanding retail store, working basically as a welder. That store grew into a large chain. I ultimately became the president of that chain. I prefer to be a buyer. I prefer to be a guy who's out there trying to convince people to give me the best price. I had this little side hobby, off-roading. I had gotten involved in off-roading. It was really the off-roading that got me into show business. That's when the light bulb went off and I saw an opportunity and I decided to launch a show. I could probably count on one hand the companies who were at that first SEMA show who were prepared to sell somebody like me. It was down underneath the bleachers at Dodger Stadium. The booths were almost all 10 by 10s, pipe and drape. Nothing like we have today in the way of this lavish decor. It was just a down and dirty experience. I think everybody there really wondered what was going to happen. I walked away from the show and actually had lunch with a couple of people afterwards, and they asked me what I thought. And I said, well, you know, I hope I'm the only mass merchandiser who ever goes to the SEMA show, because that way I can sort of own this market. I think people don't realize the opportunity that's there. I never really believed the show would become other than maybe a couple hundred booths now and then. Later on, after I got back to my office, and I really gave it a lot of thought, I said, you know, this is an opportunity. It is a show that is respected, I think, as a very strong show to launch a company, to launch a new product, to maintain a company. When you're working the SEMA show, you're working for the 7,000 members of SEMA, and you know that what you do has to be equal for everyone. You know, it's almost like I would do the show for nothing, because I love automotive, I love cars so much, and don't get any ideas. And that's how passionate I feel about it. I impart this to my family, I impart this to my staff, and I think everybody has gotten this, at least a little of this same passion that I feel about cars. Nothing's more valuable than your name and who you are. And I've lived my life trying to protect that and the honor of it. And in the 29 years I've worked for SEMA, I believe I have that same responsibility for SEMA. I am passionate about integrity, about there being no question that what is being done for the good of the whole. It's not being done for the good of a single person. It's great to be in the Hall of Fame, but without a good team, nobody would be in the Hall of Fame.